welcome back to this channel. So today it's again only me without Isabel because it should be a last video to my Sri Lanka journey, and I thought to share a bit more personal view of my journey because obviously in my videos you saw kind of the fun moments, really happy sides of all my stay there, but of course it was not always like this. So I thought, especially for those of you who want to do that as well, and I really hope there are some people who want to do that because I'm here to motivate you to participate in a volunteer project. But I thought it's interesting maybe also to talk about a bit about the downsides of a volunteer project, or challenges and difficulties, just to prepare you a bit mentally to what you should expect, so you don't go there with wrong expectations and are shocked when you get there, as I was. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and let's get started. So it was my first time to do a volunteer project abroad. I didn't have any experience with that before. I traveled already a lot by myself. I've been to the US, to London, also to Asia. So I was used to travel by myself. But of course a volunteer project is something completely different, and I didn't go there to be on a holiday, so that was not my plan. I really wanted to experience something different. I wanted to go there to help other people, so this was my main motivation. And yeah, but I was used to travel by myself, so I thought that actually homesickness wouldn't be an issue for me at all. But to be honest, like the whole time I was missing home like crazy, and it was for me the toughest time of my life so far. So it was not always that fun, and of course I knew that the circumstances there will be different, that the living conditions will be much lower. It is Sri Lanka, it is a poor country, and this is why I go there, to help people that don't have anything in life. So I was kind of prepared that I will see different things, that it won't be easy, but kind of having expectations or thinking about something, and then on the other hand facing the reality, are two different things. And I was actually really shocked when I got there, and the first thing I started was crying, and I was homesick like crazy. So first of all, I tell you something about my accommodation. I mean, of course, the accommodation was a local standard. I knew that as well. So when I was in Germany, I even laughed also with friends about that. Oh, you know, I will live there and with local standards, I probably won't have anything. I won't have Wi-Fi. Probably the bed will be bad. But I laughed a lot when I was here. But when I got there, I started crying because I really saw what it was like, and we didn't have that much, of course. So first of all, the bed, well, it wasn't really a bed, it was like a wooden plate. Was quite hard for the back actually, and it still hurts. We were 60 people in one house, and believe me, I'm a very social person. I love spending time with other people, but that was slightly too much. And it was very noisy during the night, so actually you couldn't sleep at all. Like during the 3 weeks I didn't sleep at all there. Also the food was quite weird. I mean, there was always such a weird smell also in the kitchen, and you actually had no idea what you were eating. Of course these are things you get used to, so in the end I laughed about that because it was kind of funny. Like we asked to say, yeah, do you know what it actually is? And we were like, no, we have no idea, we're just eating that. So in the end it was fun, but in the beginning it was kind of like when you saw it for the first time, you really felt like, I want to go home. And it was really quite tough the first day. Also we had quite strict rules, so when we got there they told us that the gate is closed at 8 o'clock, so we were not allowed to leave the house, to enter the house. Also we had always to sign in a book when we planned to leave the house during the day, even if we had to leave for a volunteer project. we always had to say where are we going, when are we coming back, and sign. And then we got a lot of paper which we had to sign with all the different rules, which I actually even didn't read because it was just simply too much. And like the mixture of all that together kind of really made you feel like being in a jail. And like all the people actually that arrived there felt very, very homesick the first 2 days because it really started to feel very lonely. But yeah, this is just for my accommodation. There are lots of more things that I could talk about, but yeah, I mean, you get used to things like that, so this was actually not a big deal after a while because yeah, you meet people. And oh, and by the way, hi Daphne, hi Esteban, hi Steve, Mike, Nora and Ninke. I think you're the guys that I hang out the most with, and you're amazing people, so thank you for the time there. Yeah. Okay, the other thing and the most important thing why maybe the time was that tough were of course the living conditions in Sri Lanka in general. So of course I knew where I was going. So Sri Lanka is not Germany, it is not Europe. So this is why I was going there, to help the people that don't have it as we do in Germany. But for me, seeing that, how the people live, I mean the people there don't have anything at all, it made me really cry. It kind of broke my heart because it was for the first time I really saw the ugly reality, and things like that just make me cry because, for example, the preschool, when I compare the preschool of the kids to my school, I remember at the time when I went to school, we complained actually a lot about the school. We said we don't have anything at all. This is just simply not true. We have a lot of things here. The people there don't have anything. It was just a dark room without anything, and they have to go there, and the education isn't good either. And probably it will be like that for the rest of their lives. So they will live like that forever because they don't have a future perspective. And knowing that just really, really broke my heart. And for me it was very tough to be faced with that reality. Maybe for some people who are tougher or who don't start crying immediately, it was maybe also easier. For me it was really, really hard. We also went to a local house, to a local family, which was actually a really nice experience. Yeah, we went to the room and it was a really nice family with 2 beautiful children. The daughter was really nice. And yeah, and then I saw how they lived. So they just had a small house, not a small house, a small room, and there was a bed and a small TV, and that's it. Just nothing else. And for me, just thinking about what we have here and what they have or don't have there, it's really tough. And I felt like crying all the time. And then you go back home or to this volunteer house, and you cannot even relax because it was also not easy to live there with all the conditions. So especially the first days, I really cried until late night. I wanted to go home. I wanted to talk with my family, but we didn't have Wi-Fi, so I didn't have an option. The possibility to talk with my family. Some things were also quite difficult just because of some personal issues. I had some personal experience that I don't want to talk about right now, but so all in all it was a very tough time, and I would lie if I would say I'm not happy to be back in Germany. So I'm very happy to be here, and I don't want to demotivate anyone, so this is not the purpose of the video. I really want to say, because although it was the toughest time for me, of course it was a tremendous life experience, I feel like I have learned now more for the rest of my life than ever before during any stay abroad before. Also, I mean, and this should be actually your main motivation and probably also the reason why you consider to do a volunteer project, and this is the fact that you help other people. So I can really, really motivate just everyone to do a volunteer project like that. You learn a lot, you help other people, and you really kind of develop yourself, because It is not the same as just doing a holiday, and it's not the same as doing a language course somewhere or traveling to a country like the USA or somewhere where you live in similar conditions, but it is really a completely different experience, and I can really just motivate everyone to do that. And for those of you who are considering to do a volunteer project, don't be afraid if the first 2 days are maybe different. Don't be demotivated by little things. You know that you're there only for a short period of time, and you know that if you come back, you will have your life again. So, but think about those people who cannot leave there, so they have to stay in those conditions forever. So definitely don't be demotivated by just little things. So let it be food, a bed that is more like a wooden plate, or anything that maybe didn't meet your expectations. Alright, so much for that. I really hope that you enjoyed my videos from Sri Lanka. In the next video I'll be back with Isabel again, because now we're doing a bit more things from the everyday life in AFS until we're gonna travel again. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. Keep smiling, shining and exploring. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on Instagram. And yeah, see you soon. Bye.